The National Parks Board has launched an electronic publication documenting all the biodiversity on Pulau Ubin, the first for the island. Among them, a vulnerable frog species which started to call Ubin home just 2 years ago and now has a growing population. Natalie Ong once again with this report.
It's reddish-brown in colour, has tiny white spots and large eyes. And it's just around the size of a 50-cent coin. This is the cryptic painted frog, a vulnerable species in Singapore. As part of its species recovery plan, the National Parks Board first introduced it to Pulau Ubin in 2024, with the hope of increasing its population. Among the efforts to do so, the creation of smaller habitats.
This is an artificial phytothelm. It mimics a tree hole that is filled up with water. And over the past few years, we have actually doubled the number of these artificial phytothelms that we have installed on Pulau Ubin. The frogs like it very much. They lay their eggs, the babies hatch out, they eat the bacteria and algae that grow within this water. And then when they are large enough, they will crawl out as baby frogs and then hop off to have their new life. What we have is we've doubled the number of these artificial phytothelms across the forest. They are filled up with water. We put in the leaves and the sticks. We attach them about waist height, 1 to 1.5 meters above the ground, strap them onto the trees so that the frogs will be attracted to this puddle here, and then they will lay eggs inside, and they have done so with great success.
Signs of success first appeared last August when 4 tadpoles were observed. 2 months later, the first Ubin-bred frog was observed. The number of tadpoles have more than doubled since, with surveys suggesting more than 30 tadpoles sighted in April. Hoping to support conservation efforts is a group of youths studying the mating calls of the frogs.
At a survey site in the western part of Pulau Ubin, we have 4 monitoring devices, and every week we go down to collect the weekly audio data from it, and then we link this to environmental factors and the number of eggs laid in the area, so that we can see if there's any sort of link to the breeding and environmental conditions.
She says this is important because the species is very understudied, and every information gathered could help to support management programs in the future.
Well, the latest catalogue of biodiversity in Pulau Ubin uncovered many previously unknown flora and fauna on the island. Let's take a look. The flora surveys recorded over 550 native species, adding over 260 species to past surveys. Among them is a type of ficus, a plant never before recorded in Singapore. The surveys also documented a small population of a critically endangered orchid. Researchers also documented more than 1,300 native fauna species across Pulau Ubin. The surveys uncovered 26 new records for Singapore. 2 species are also new to science, a jumping spider and a scarab beetle. The report also found that butterfly biodiversity on Pulau Ubin is remarkably high, considering the size of the island, with close to 175 species. All 6 locally occurring butterfly families were represented. Despite years of surveys, Pulau Ubin's biodiversity story is far from complete. Researchers say several groups of insects and invertebrates remain poorly understood, and that means future surveys could reveal even more species, including some that may be new to Singapore or even new to science.